live from El Dorado High School. This is Math Lecture Algebra 2, and we're covering operations of functions. Okay, operations of functions. Let's say that we have two functions, f of x and g of x. Okay, there's different functions that we can do. Let's say that we wanted f plus g of x. F plus g of x. Somebody tell me what you think that would be. F of x plus g of x. That was a easy or hard? Easy one. Easy one. Okay, Logan, what would you say f minus g of x would be?
F of x minus g of x.
That was hard or easy?
Easy.
That was an easy one. What is f times g of x, Mario?
F of x times g of x.
F of x times g of x. These are pretty easy. Levi, how about f over g of x? What is that?
F over g of x.
Yeah, those are easy, right? Okay. So you can do those, and these are just going to come down to do these. It's just going to come down to doing a little algebra, okay? And it's algebra that you know how to do. So let's work some specific problems. What if I said f of x is equal to x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x is equal to 4x plus 5? Okay? What if I said, what is f plus g of x? Kelsey, you want to take a shot at that?
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay. What would you take a shot at it as?
X times x squared minus 3x plus 1.
Okay, it's f plus g, so it's, what do I start with?
X squared.
X squared minus 3x plus 1, and then what do I add to that?
4x plus 5.
Plus 4x plus 5. Now what do I need to do with all those numbers?
Combine like terms.
Combine like terms. And so this is going to be what? There's just an x squared, and then minus 3x plus 4x is going to be
Plus
X.
x.
plus x
Plus 6.
plus 6. Boom! You got it. These are easy, right?
Yes.
Okay, what if I have, let's see, what if I had, let me change these. Let's try something else. Let's say f of x is equal to x squared plus 5x minus 1, and g of x is 3x minus 2, and I want f times g of x. What would that be, Mario? What am I doing, Mario? F times g. What am I doing?
Oh, it's f of x times g of x.
Yeah. So what's f of x?
F of x is x squared plus 5x minus 1.
And I multiply with what?
3x minus 2.
Is everybody happy?
Parentheses.
Parentheses.
You're not happy, right? Why are you not happy?
You need to put parentheses
Yeah.
on.
Because otherwise it's just the 3x multiplying. Okay, so now what do I have here? Somebody do the 3x multiplication for me. Braden, do the 3x multiplication. What am I going to have?
3x cubed plus 15x squared minus 3x.
Minus 3x. Okay. Now, I got to be more careful with the minus 2, right? Because I got to make sure that I distribute that minus. And so what's the first term going to be, Levi?
Negative 2x squared.
Minus 2x squared. And then Logan?
Minus 10x.
Minus 10x. And then Josie?
Plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. Am I done?
No, combine like terms.
Combine like terms. So I have 3x cubed. 15x squared minus 2x squared is plus 13x squared.
Minus 7.
Minus 3 minus 10, huh?
Minus
it's minus
13x.
Minus 13x and then plus 2. Boom. I think that is right. That looks like a great answer there. Okay? So these are easy or hard?
Easy.
Easy. You just do the function and then you combine like terms, right? Okay. This is something that is a little more tricky, and I need you to do it exactly the way I show you to do it. And if you skip a step, you're always going to get the wrong answer. And it's going to be wrong because you get the wrong answer, but the reason you get the wrong answer is because you're going to skip a step. This is F and then a little circle G, okay? This is composite. So this means F composite G. F composite G. And you've got to pay attention, that circle is different than a dot. If it was a dot, it would be multiplying. It's a circle. F composite G is equal to F of G of X. And so every time that you write down F composite G, you write down what?
F of G of X.
And why do you write that down? So you remember it. Okay? So let's look at an example. And there's two different ways that you have to do this. I could give you a set of points, and you could do the composite, or I could give you a function, and you could do the composite. And you need to know how to do both of those, okay? So let's look and say that F is the points, F is equal to the point 3, 4, 2, 3, and minus 5, 0. Okay. That's a point. And G is equal to, or that's a relation. G is 3 minus 5, 4, 3, 0, 2. Okay. So now I want you to tell me what F composite G is. Tell me in words what it is.
F of G.
F of G of X. Okay, so you work with points and you start on the inside. What is the most inside thing that we need to find?
X.
X. Is that the X that goes with G, or is that the X that goes with F?
X.
The one that goes with G. And so what would my X values be with G?
3, 4, and 0.
3, 4, and 0. Now I need to find what? G of those x's. So I need to find G of x. So what is G of x? What's my first x?
4.
3. What's G of 3?
Negative 5.
-5. What is G of 4?
3.
3. What is G of 0? 2. Okay. Now I want to find what? F of G of x. So do I find F of x?
No.
I find F of what?
G.
G of x. So I need to find F of what?
-5, which
What
is
is-
0.
F of -5 is?
0.
And then F of
3 is 2.
F
Or
of
4.
3 is
4.
4, right? F of 3 is 4. And then F of
2.
2
is 3. And so F of G of x, now watch this. F of G of x, you take this and this. I should have written over here, this is F of G of x. And so my solution would be the point, what?
3, 0.
3, 0. And then the point what?
4,
4, 4. And then the point what?
0, 3.
Okay? You take the x, and then you take the f of g of x. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, sometimes you might run into a situation like this. So let's do this again. Okay? So I'm going to give you the f's. The f of x is equal to the point 7, 8, the 0.53, the 0.98, and the 0.114. Okay, the g of x is equal to the 0.57, the 0.35, the 0.79, and the 0.911. Okay, so we got those sets of points. Let's just try one. What is f of g of 5? F of g of 5. Where would I start?
G.
G of what?
5.
What is g of 5?
7.
Okay, so g of 5 is equal to 7, so this would be equal to f of what? 7. And f of 7 is equal to what?
8.
8. Okay, f of 7 is 8. Okay, let's try another one. What if I said find g of f of 7? What's the first thing that I need to do?
Find f of 7.
What is f of 7?
8.
8. What is g of 8?
There is one.
So it's what?
No solution.
Yeah, we call it undefined. It's undefined. Your intuition was right saying no solution. I think it's a little better to say undefined. So sometimes some of these, when you're given points, don't work. Okay, sometimes when you're given points, they don't work. Okay, let's do the composite function of functions. Okay. And do it like I show you, because if you do it like I show you, you will always get it right. But if you skip a step, you're going to start getting ugliness. You're going to start getting ugliness in there. Okay, so let's say that f of x is equal to x plus 3, and g of x is equal to x squared plus x minus 1. And I want you to do f composite g. So tell me in words what that would be.
F on the G, f of g of x.
F of g of x. Okay, now this is the step that I don't want you to skip. So put stars by. Every time you work a problem, write this down and then say it is equal to f of what? Put in the g of x. What is g of x?
X squared plus x minus 1.
So put in this step. Okay, put in this step. F of x squared plus x minus 1. Now, where does this go? Where does this go now?
2.
No, this goes into what? F.
To f.
So this whole thing is plugged in for what? The x. So tell me then, this whole thing is equal to what?
X squared plus
X
x
squared plus x minus 1 equals x
Well-
plus.
minus 3.
No, this plugs in for x.
So it equals x squared plus x minus 1 plus 3.
Plus 3, yeah. Does that make sense? So that's equal to
So you can
x squared plus x plus 2, I believe. Does that make sense? Okay. What were you saying, Levi?
So, nothing. I
Don't
figured it out.
don't skip this step. You write f of that, and then you take that and plug it into f. Don't skip that step. Let's do another one. Okay. Oh, okay. How about this? I want you to do, Levi, I want you to do G composite F. What would that be?
It would be G, over parentheses,
G of
x plus 3.
No, you
G of-
always write what?
Oh, G of f.
G of what?
of f of
x.
Of f of x. Okay. Now don't skip this step. What is the step, Levi? It's G of what?
X plus 3.
X plus 3. Okay. What do I do with the x plus 3?
plug it into G.
I plug it into the whole G. Okay. And Mario, what do I get?
X x plus 3 squared.
X plus 3 squared, that goes into that. Okay, plus
X
X plus
Plus
3.
plus 3, and then
minus 1.
minus 1. Do I stop there?
No.
No. So what is this going to become?
X squared.
X squared plus 6x plus 9.
9
9.
plus x, and then we could say plus 2.
Yes.
And then I would have x squared plus 7x plus 11. Boom. Are these easy or hard?
Easy.
Pretty easy. Don't forget to put in this step where you put the function in for g. Okay. Homework. We are on chapter 7, section 1. Okay, 14 through 18, 22 through 24, 28 through 30, 34 through 36, and the bonus is 56. Okay, it's a wrap. Did you shut it off?